Hello and welcome to the 12 Drafts of Christmas. With me, John, we're going to be drafting 12 drafts in 12 days. The videos will be out in 12 days. I may be having to do some drafts back to back just to give you guys that premium content. So we're going to be, as we have been for quite some time, doing some premiere draft of Zendikar Rising. I think all 12 will be Zendikar Rising. But I thought a video a day would be quite the spectacle. Hopefully, this doesn't cost me 1,500 gems times 12 with no return. I'd like to think we'll be able to see some significant success over the next 12 episodes. If you like the idea, give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. I love a comment. I am in a small way, maybe a couple of episodes maybe themed. And when I say themed, I really want to draft a Christmassy deck. And I looked through the set to see if there was a huge Christmas theme, and obviously there isn't, because why would there be? But there's a tenuous link in Christmas party, so maybe we do a party deck. Obviously green, red are both Christmassy colours, and there are actually a few cards that reference in their flavour text that reference like gifts and things. So if I've got a difficult choice to make, maybe I just lean on the Christmas one. If you've got a great idea for a stipulation that is either festive or just interesting, then leave it in a comment on this video or on any of the future videos. I'm not going to say that the next video I do or the next draft I do will necessarily have that stipulation in it, because I'm going to be probably doing a few at once. But maybe one in the future might have that. If somebody gives me a cool idea and says, only draft green red or force party or whatever it may be, then I may do it. That's what I'm saying. Either way, it's been a good week since I drafted, almost purely because I've not been particularly well. I know the last video I kind of mentioned it. I've had like a week where I've been really under the weather. Not COVID. I'll just point that out. None of those symptoms, just sort of head cold, which doesn't make... I'm probably still not 100%. Doesn't make for the greatest of viewing experiences if I am, sat here full of cold. So, what are we doing here? So, we've got Valakut Exploration, which I don't think is what we want. It's not a terrible card. It's just not the greatest card. I don't think landfall... It needs quite a few things to work in order for it to be really, really good. Sullen Division is decent. It's kind of a good hedged bet in blue, because you can play it in any blue deck. Sure-Footed Infiltrator, though, is a great card draw engine, and one that, although pretty much needs rogues, it is a 2/3 for 4 that draws a card when it deals combat damage, so pretty good. If there was a good common in here, I'd have it. I mean, Rabbit Bite's okay, but green is probably the weakest colour. Blight Priest is great. Colony's decent. Resolute Strike's okay. Squid's alright. I'm going to go Infiltrator over Slum Division. Just. Okay, so we've gone for a kind of rogue-y blue. Expedition Divine is okay, but it's not like the best card. The best card in the pack is probably Thundering Spark Mage, but it's another 4-drop, and it's kind of... it works quite well because it's a wizard and that's a rogue, so they do work. None of the commons are good enough to kind of throw me off of this. Like, Mind Carver can work really well in rogues, but it has to be in the very mill-heavy rogue deck, which is not what Sure-Footed Infiltrator is necessarily doing itself. if there was a half decent blue card, I'd take it over red. But we're not necessarily saying we are 100% blue or 100% red. But you know, we'll take it. So there's a green-white land, brilliant. Just what you want. So Fireblade Charger is quite a specifically equipment-based card, but it is a warrior, which is a third variety in our somewhat strange potential concoction of party. Hey, we could be still going party. If you get it right, it's the strongest card in this pack. If not, then Nahiri's Binding's probably. But we're at the moment we're nowhere near white, and we've not necessarily seen white. Not that matters after 2 cards, but it's... I mean, it is a bit of a sign that someone... But then they've taken 2 probably strong uncommons. So I'm happy to take this uncommon, see where red goes, over the Nahiri's Binding. Could be the wrong decision. So blue is open. We can clearly see here. Which is good, because we have a blue card. Strongest card for me is the Into the Royal. Windrider Wizard's good in the Wizard deck, and we do have a Wizard, but we're kind of going to go probably a bit more, I don't know, party kind of. I do worry that if we pass this, we potentially give signals, but we're going to give signals with Into the Royal and with Bubble Snare. Bubble Snare is a really good card, and a card I would love to pick up, but most things that care about wizards care about instants and sorceries, not so much enchantments. So Bubble Snare is kind of great in a generic blue, especially in like rogues and stuff, but it's not particularly good in comparison to Into the Royal, which can be both 2 and 4 and kick and everything else. So definitely think Into the Royal is the better pick here. Disruption's okay, Windrider Wizard's okay. I'm not interested in the red cards at this moment. Okay. So, for instance, when I was saying about the flavor text, I remember this card. It says, on occasion, Felidars leave meaty gifts outside the tents of explorers they consider worthy. I don't know if you can see that. It's got the word gifts in it, so that potentially would be a Christmassy card. Sounds a bit random, but hey. I was really, really trying hard to make it work. So, Kazul's Fury is good, and Tazim Royal Mage is good. Kazul's Fury is going in every red deck, especially with things like Fireblade Charger, where if we throw some equipment in the mix, it makes a big difference. I can't see us not playing a Tazim Royal Mage either, but it's a wizard that we may or may not want. Okay, so 2 options here, potentially 3, but this Geopede makes me think red's definitely very open. It is not party, which makes you feel a little bit sad. But with like a Kazul's Fury, play a land, this becomes a 5/1, attack for 5, potentially hit them for 5, then throw it at them for another 5. I do like Expedition Champion, but it has to be more of a focused warrior deck, which we are not planning to be. So I think just for purely power level, we're going to take the Geopede. I like this guy's style, whoever this person is. Robin is holding all the packs. Does not want anyone else to have any, which is good. Good on him. Or her. So, again, purely on power level, this Geyser Mage kind of blows everything else out of the water. I really do like Tita Peak Ambusher. I really, really do. But at this moment in time, I feel like this Geyser Mage does more for me. I think after this point, I'm going to be taking all of the 2-drop cards we can. So I'm not a massive fan of Scavenge Blade, but it works well with Fireblade Charger, basically. And who knows what direction we'll go. I don't really like Spitfire Lagak. I don't hate it. It's a strange clock that I don't really want to be involved in. So we've got our first pack back. No one's gone into the Warriors side of things, which is interesting. But as I said before, we are looking at 2-drop creatures now. I don't know if I'm all that pleased with a squid, almost purely because it's not a party, but it is something. So a spell shield's better than not a spell shield. That's the saying. You can quote me on that. But it beats a utility knife, which is just a bit rubbish, really. I'm going to take the Seagate Banneret. I'm going to take 2 of them, because I'm not interested in those cards. I'm going to take this. I think white seems to be more open than I was giving it credit. Okay, well, this is a Warriors Matters card. It works on its own. It's a strong rare, but it definitely likes Warriors, which is one of the reasons why I kind of took a couple of those white cards just in case. Blue definitely felt open, getting past the Into the Royal and, you know, things like the squids and stuff, and quite a late Geyser Mage. But it's none of those cards kind of are as good as this this Kargan Intimidator. Now green here, some strong green cards, strong white card, but not, you know, some decent blue. But I'm definitely snapping up this Intimidator. Okay, so at the moment we are in a kind of, let's see, 2 wizards, 2 warriors, and a rogue. So we've got another charger, which I do like, but we have got this Shatterskull Minotaur, which I really like. And I feel like top end, we're not really doing much. The other alternative things like this Pack Beast and the Scorch Rider, but again, they're not, power level isn't quite the same. I'd be interested to know what they took out of this pack. Probably like a black removal, I'd have thought. Maybe. I hope they didn't take a Royal Eruption, because I definitely want one of those, or a blue card. Yeah, so this squad commander is it's making our life difficult. We're definitely seeing white in this second pack, and we did see it quite late in the first. So I'm going to take the squad commander, and I'm going to start to feel silly for not taking white sooner. Because blue, as we can see here, I mean, there's a Vanquish being passed, which is odd. Like, I like Grotag Night Runner. It's another thing. It's like it's another rogue, isn't it? But I can see us cutting blue if we don't see anything particularly sweet. Okay. That is a late lol mage, but we're not green, and we're probably not blue if this carries on. If I was taking a white card, we've got this Dauntless Unity, which is okay. We've got this Kite Sail, which works fairly well because we're not really doing flyers at the moment. Or we've got this Spare Supplies. May just be a Spare Supplies. Well, you know when I said white was open? What is this here? What is going on? Is no one in Clerics either? So we don't have any... let me just whack these back in here. Let me just see what this looks like if I... do that. I mean, just a very powerful uncommon. And I'm just more than happy to take a very powerful uncommon at this point. Yeah, so red-white warriors are clearly where it's at. It's a late switch. I know it's pack 2, and we're not quite finished with the first run round, but we're gonna need to pick up the pace on the warriors now for sure. So that's all land sacrifice, landfall triggers. Not quite what we want. Root Grazer's good. Some dual colour cards that we just don't want to see. But that we've settled in now. You know when that what was it? The Nahiri's Binding came round, and I was like, oh, probably the Nahiri's Binding, but we're not in white. We're nowhere near white. Oh, John of the past, how foolish you are. We'll take the Scorch Rider. I can't see us taking this. What's it? Kicker? Yeah, Kicker Land. Not for us. Thank you very much. Look at that. Stampede coming round. Crikey. Oh, we've played a blinder here. We have played a blinder. Another one of these sellswords would be nice. At this point, we will take a smite. We've got no removal to speak of. What do we look like now? We've got 9 warriors. We've picked that warrior count up. Something beautiful. And Elegak. Oh! Ask and you shall receive some card. Look at this. This is one of the best cards in the set. There's no arguing with that statement. I've played plenty of Falador Retreat decks that have done rubbish because skill level of the player, but that is the card. Now, if we look at our curve, that's where it starts to get a bit scary because we have not got enough going on in this 2-3. We are over the top in the 4 category. Look, we're not running any 5s though, so probably a little bit like maybe we're okay, but we need a bit more. If we're gonna do that, we need a bit more card draw. We definitely need to be aware of like land count. Like I like Banneret. Got to remember that we've got a Scavenge Blade and a spare supplies in here. So our curve looks like just about manageable. We're talking about 3 2-drops, which is scary time if we're going to go aggro. Boros aggro needs some more at the low end, and we may end up not running this healer if we don't have a way of gaining any life. And we've got things like the Farsight Adept and the Protector. What's these squad commanders? Oh, wowie. Yeah. So the kind of Boros party thing we're doing is definitely going to work. So that's a great card. And it's probably the last time I'm going to take a card like this over an Ambusher because of the power level of it. And we're just not going to be playing some of these cards that are in the 4-drop. But we are going to be playing an Emiria Captain when we are looking at a rogue, a cleric. What we need now, we need a Pack Beast. We need a Kargan War Leader. That'd just be lovely if we could get a Kargan War Leader. Oh look at what we've got, a Kargan War Leader. So this is making me think if we carry on this War Leader front, then I am so tempted to take this Resolute Strike over that Spikefield Hazard. I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna feel bad about it in a minute. Another healer and a vial? We can't do all the things. Like, we don't have the clerics or the life gain to make this work the way I want it to. It's so powerful. And the Relic Vial, we just don't have the clerics. I cannot believe I'm taking a Resolute Strike. I mean, it might even be a Molten Blast. I'm going to take a Resolute Strike to keep our curve spicy and low. We're going to take a Sneaking Guide to get the creature count up, because at the moment, 15 creatures, but the likelihood that we take some of these off is high. So we can get a load of 1/1s and make our stuff indestructible, which is pretty good. We're going to be running probably 17 or 18 lands. Oh, we're holding everyone up. That's a bit naughty. We'll take a healer, and we'll play around with what we do or don't have in a minute. We'll take a Spellcraft because it'll actually work in our deck. Oh goodness, no one's playing white. What a shame. We don't need anything else kind of high level, but we will take this Ox. I love the noise that the Ox makes. Oh. I don't think we're playing either of those. Yeah. We've got a bit of a decision to make, you know. How heavy do we lean into warriors? How heavy do we lean into party? I think we probably we probably run one of each party variety. Christmas party. Oh, it's a bit of a candy cane, that. Oh, we've only gone and done it unintentionally. Yeah. Okay. Oh, a few gems as well. That's nice. So we are 17 lands. If I think about, I think we can get away with 16 lands plus 3, so that is a good land count. We don't need 2 resolute strikes. We don't need 2 sneaking guides. Our warrior count is 10, which is good. 2 wizards we probably don't need. 2 rogues, possibly. Well, I say 2 rogues, 2 wizards, 2 clerics is probably okay. Thing is, we've got protection, potential removal. You know, I think we're going to need to look at things like the Geopede. We've got the Smite and the Spellcraft. They're very high-end removal, though. I don't think we have a lot of benefit out of this Scavenge Blade. We've got nothing that matters about equipped creatures. At this point, that's just a Vigilance 2/2. That's just a good boy doggy dog from M21. That if we just so happen to have the Angel Heart out, becomes a bit better. Game plan of this deck is early pressure, pump the warriors, get the warriors big. We've got Grow Tag to draw us a bit of a card. We have got 3 key warrior cards, which is good. Get Felidar out, and then chuck a big warrior at him. Really, that's kind of where we're at. So we're only really drawing cards off of Spare Supplies and the Night Runner and the Adept, but that kind of draws them cards too. But I guess in our full-on here we go deck, I'm not too bothered by them having it. Yeah. Okay. What are we missing out here? I don't think we can afford to run another 4-drop. I think we've already got too many. Debatably, we've just got too many. I don't think running this... How much flying do we have? A Myria Captain. So we are a little bit... We're struggling a little bit for... I wonder if we need this wall. Just to haste up our creatures and to give us a 0/3 reach creature. Oh, that's a decision. And if we did that, I feel like we'd need to go take out one of these. Our curve is really terrible, which is a concern. Yeah, probably a bit overkill. Go down to 9. Go down to... What? Go down to 9 warriors in order to put a wall in. You know what? we're going to stick with our gut, and we're going to see how we run. If we end up getting too many flyers against us, there are quite a few flyers in this format, so we may switch it up. But for now, so it's basically just it's a candy cane party, isn't it? I mean, what else can you call it? There we go. First deck of the 12. I should have called it the 12 decks. No, 12 drafts of Christmas is definitely the right thing to call it. So, the 12 drafts of Christmas, day 1. And we're back. Take 2. I'm trying to find somebody who's willing to challenge my candy cane party deck. Clearly, they all aware of the power level. Let's hope we're not sat here for another couple of minutes. We're not. We're in. We're in. Here we go. Which fool is taking us on? Ral Rural. Say that 10 times fast. Yep. Okay. Got a bit of early action. It's a 1-1 for 1. I'm not going to trade. I've no need to. I'll take the 2. I'll play your little game. I'll get myself a little 3 drop down, getting that curve on. So we're going to make a couple of 1-1s. Interesting move. They didn't play anything on 3. I can't say I'm particularly sad about that. So getting them for 3 damage, was it worth it? Maybe, maybe not. They've got a couple of 3/4s, interesting. With vigilance. So if we pump, now I've got some 5/5s, some 3/3s. I'm attacking for lethal. And I think I win the game. Because when that dies, it can deal it straight to their face. So, I'm not sure what they can do with 1 forest, but... that'll do it, donkey. Game 1. Candy cane party time. The victory. Turn 5. No messing. No messing. Who needs that rubble fort? Whatever it's called. No, ain't nobody needing haste up in these parts. Oh. It's a tropical drink, and it is sharp. Ooh, all up in my mouth. I feel we're probably playing at a time of the day in the UK when no one in the rest of the world is even thinking about Magic. So Francisco Benitez, the best of luck to you. I mean, I'm definitely going to keep that. Is there even an option? No, I don't think there is. I think we just keep it, right? We keep it and we have a lot of fun. We see what they do. They do that. We do that. We get ourselves a little boy on the board. I'd love for us to have something to do in turn 3. Okay. I'm feeling it. I would definitely make that trade as well. It's a shame. I like my Vanguard because we can play Kargan on 2 and then activate Kargan, or we can attack with the Vanguard with Kargan out, which means... Okay. So we used our mana, you know, it is what it is. So we can make this a 4/2 next turn if we wish. Okay, gain a bit of life, make that a bit bigger. Playing some lands. Okay, so they're hitting us for 6. We can hit them for 7 next turn. I lose my Intimidator. I just don't fancy blocking. That's not getting a land in. Is a pain. It's really hurting us. So I think what we'll do this. If we'd have got a land, the game changes, but unfortunately we didn't. We could have Shatterskulled and really gone to town on them, made it very difficult for them. But you know, we don't always get the things we want. It looks like we're playing mono red as well, which is always fun. You know, we play the Spark Mage, we kill the Marassa Brute. You know what? We take 3. And if they want to make it bigger, they can. Okay. So we play the Spark Mage. We can kill the Wizard. Or we play the Minotaur. Yeah. So we do this. So we have to block that Stomper with enough to kill it because of its trample. Yeah. We're just going to have to throw everything under this, unfortunately. It's a real shame we're doing this, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see something on the Stomper to trample over. We're already taking 1 from it as it is. They can't +8 it. Yeah, we took a fair few there, didn't we? So yeah, we couldn't play the Minotaur, which is annoying. And that's that. Frustrating that 4th land ready for turn 4, and we're laughing. But you know, you win some, you lose some. Okay, it's 1-1. A little bit disappointed, I have to say. Alas, all is not lost. We will definitely not wait 10 minutes for the next game, and then we'll blast straight in for a second victory. You know, with no problem. You see, just another couple of seconds, and the game is just, here it is. You wait. No, it'll be here. Trust me. I'm definitely not going to have to do another. There it is. See, I'm not doing another cut. Ha. Although at this point I've already done 1 cut, so I might as well cut the whole thing up. Apologies for my sass there. You know, I don't know if I hate this at all. I think I'm going to keep it. Is that bad? Okay, I would have played the McKinley Stampede, but having 4 lands out with the retreat, I'm all about this. We're going to be drawing cards like there's no tomorrow. And at the moment, they're playing black-red, so they're all about removal, and we've got nothing to remove. Okay, I see your Night Runner, and I say, how about an Adept? Let's both draw a card. Great blocker for your Night Runner. You can use a removal on that if you want. I don't like that we've just got to turn 3 and we've not done any damage yet, but c'est la vie. I don't know what that means, but I said it, so. Some sharp tropical. So the length of the debate going on here would say to me that they probably don't have anything. They've probably got a bunch of creatures. Yeah, so just trying to work out which one. So that's a second rogue. Whereas we're kind of in a bit of a situation that we're pretty happy with. So we've got to think about this. We're probably going to want to go Angel Heart, Charger this turn. There's no benefit to attacking. We've just laid a lot out on the board. Our creatures are worth more than their creatures because next turn we will Felidar Retreat, and then immediately they will all get bigger and have Vigilance, which is great. So they can attack, and we're laughing. Now, they've probably got a Royal Eruption. Otherwise, I don't know quite what they're looking at. Happy to take the 3. Excellent. So, we need to make sure we get this in the right order. We failed our retreat. And we're not gonna McKinley Stampede. We're just gonna give all our stuff Vigilance. Then blocking the Fireblade Charger means we can kill the bug catcher. which is by far the scarier thing. We've got good blocks on everything that they have got going on, and every time we play a land, we win. Obviously we don't win. Okay, so they're going to have something. How important is it that we stop 5 damage? Not at all. Because next turn we're playing a hasty 5-4. I mean, I'll lose the Angel Heart Protector. They're on 1. We've got big boys. It's going to be difficult for them now. If they make anything they have bigger, we smite it. And at this stage, we can... we probably just want to stop the thing that's going to be drawing them cards. I'll happily trade. I'm going to assume that's game. So that's fine. At this stage, we don't want to be blown out. So we've got our bods. If they attack, we can resolute strike on the cat beast that will kill the skitter sneak. But we only need one of these creatures to be alive to connect next turn, and one of them's a flyer, so it's going to be tricky for them. If they've got nothing to kill the captain, then... Okay, so we've gone and got something. But... at this point in time, they're not stopping a flying 2/2. Okay, they just wanted to play it out. That's fine if that's the way. Cool. There you go. Okay, good. So yeah, full of retreat. Who'd have thought it? It wins your games almost instantly. Happy with that. Yeah, that was a decent game. Pleased to go through that. 2-1. Like to see a couple more wins for sure. I don't know if we're really seeing a lot of benefit from a party perspective. You know, maybe a cheaper Minotaur maybe... I mean, we needed a few more of the Grotag bug catchers to really, like, have that advantage. And what's the... isn't there something else that gives you extra bonuses if you've got more party members? I can't remember if there's an equipment that does that off the top of my head. Either way, I think we made the right decision going into white, though, which was a late decision for sure. Igor and Xenia, hi. Hi to you too. So we'll keep this. I really don't like mulliganing if I can afford it. Now, there is definitely an argument that says I should play out the McKinley Stampede first. However, we did just draw a land, so maybe I was right to not do that. So the reason I like playing the Intimidator now is A, we've got a creature out. And it still allows us to play Spare Supplies. I'll trade 3 damage for 2 damage. It's fine by me. We get the damage in, so if they do something like a rapid bite, rabid bite. So interesting, they choose to attack. Bold move. So we're going to do what we did last time. We're aiming to... We're aiming to play Felidar next turn. Buff all our creatures. You know, we've even got McKinley Stampede the turn after or whatever, so... So, we've got Seagate as well. I quite like Felidar land. And obviously the way it works, we couldn't... Possibly should have gone with the Spark Mage. Would have traded it off, but I quite like having the Minotaur cheaper. Okay. That's annoying. Yeah, not a lot I can do about that, is what it is. I will trade the Spark Mage for the Colony because of its trampling ability. Oh, okay. They're just going to trade it off straight off. Okay, fine. Okay, so that puts us in a different situation, obviously. We're going to play Farsight Adept in order to draw a land. It's not a land. Realistically, I think I would rather get out a cat. Okay, that's a big scary beast, isn't it? So we're going to activate this in order to get a land. There it is. So if we attack, they can kill... They're obviously going to block these two. Actually, yeah, they'll block the Minotaur and the Sellsword. So we'll hit them for 7. We've got better blocks They've used 2 removal spells. How many more will they have? At the moment, wow, they've got another. Or is that the same one? They pull that one out. Did I miss them pulling that out the graveyard? Did I miss something there? I feel like a bit of a fool if I did. So we're just going to keep going wide. From now on, every land we draw... that's not good for us. Every land we draw benefits us. And obviously every spell we draw benefits us. So... if we do that... right, if I pump everything, that's blocked here, or they block one of these. The most damage they can block with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is all of these, which means we only really hit them for 3. We're better off just growing our board, because our board will grow another land we can pump twice. We look far stronger than they do. And them getting more lands is scary for the territorial Scythe Cat, sorry. But otherwise, it doesn't... it's not doing a lot for them at the moment. A bunch more swamps. Yeah, so this just kind of does it, doesn't it? If I let that happen, yeah, I think we're going to be okay. So, again, Faladar Retreat. Crazy. Crazy card. Silly card. We haven't got any mythics. We've got a couple of rares. Obviously, the Faladar Retreat's one of them. I think we've got a couple of rares. But just the strength of that card. Whew. And they were the landfall deck. Just saying. Okay, 3-1. 3-1. Starting off the 12 drafts of Christmas. I was going to call it Cardsmas. Is that weird? That a bit cheesy. You know, I don't think we've gone past 4 or 5 wins in a little while now, which is... it's going to put me on edge a little bit, I think. CBK Whizbang. Good for you. Again, we've just got to keep this. I know we've not got any of our early juice, but... we're going to keep a 3-lander with some of our absolute monster cards, or certainly these two. And, you know, to be fair, the Kazul's Fury's won so many games. Because there's how do you play around Kazul's Fury? You know, if they didn't block, they died. If they blocked unfavourably, then they're not giving themselves a chance to win anyway. So, well, I'm not playing the Kazul's Fury out because I've got enough mana to play the bunch of cards, and as you can see there, we drew a land. So I'm just really happy to see Angel Heart Protector out because I want to see what they're doing. They're in black-green. Black-green-white. What is it with these 3 colour things? So, although getting the Kargan War Leader online is okay, we haven't got any warriors. So they've currently not played anything. So I am much more inclined to attack, see whatever they're going to flash in. They're flashing nothing in. And then let's just get these 2 online. They're not playing blue, there'll be no counters. And I think next turn we hit for the win, don't we? We've got 10 on board. What a strange match, but I guess if you don't draw what you need and you're playing 3 colours, and I'd advise anyone who wants to play more than 2 colours that isn't just a little splash to watch my multicolour video. I can't remember what it's called, but I think I play 4 colours, and there are some great cards in that deck. But I'll let you watch it to decide if it went well or not. Squid Apex Predator. I know that should be Apex Predator, but I said Apex, okay? At me. So we'll keep this because we can Makundi Stampede. We do like these as spells, which is why we're running 16 lands as well as these sort of 3. However, unless we draw a land straight away, or unless we draw a 1-drop, but even a 1-drop, I just don't know if I necessarily play a 1-drop. I think it's better for us. Okay, if we draw a land, if we draw a plains, I will play a plains. What a card. Otherwise, it's a 2/2 that basically just has defender. I get it late game, that's going to be great and everything. So I'm about this. I'm about this for sure. Next turn we can Thundering. No, we can't. Next turn we Angel Heart Protector. I mean, no, I'm more scared of that. Why wouldn't you play something? Yeah, they've run out of lands, which, I mean... So we need to think about, when you're in this situation, you need to think about this pretty carefully, because are we going to really make the most of Kazul's Fury, or are we looking more towards the turn after this? And us having a 1/2 out trades with their Blade Master, so I think on the off chance that we don't get another land drawn, I'm playing the Banneret, because I'd rather have 4 lands out next turn ready to either play Spark Mage, kill the Guide Beast, or if they've killed my Banneret, then just Spark Mage, kill the Blade Master. It leaves one red open, which kind of looks a little bit odd, but there's not a huge amount you can do with one red that I will, I'm not that they should be that worried about. But it gives us next turn the option to go, like I said, Spark Mage or. They've obviously got something, but them having to replay lands over and over again, it just seems like such a waste. Okay. So we've got a 2/2, they've got a 2/2. I'll trade if need be. So we can now put out a couple of creatures. We're going to play that land because if we have to trade, I want to be able to play my Minotaur, and I can't guarantee I'm going to draw another land. Okay, Ambusher and a Goblin Wizard. So they're kind of playing a little bit. Maybe a similar kind of deck. Maybe a Candy Cane Party deck on their part. So we're not going to gain anything more. If we play a 5/4 haste, I don't know how much we benefit. We attack. I think we benefit more. We're going to hold the mountain because of the Felidar Retreat that we have. We want all our lands to be played when that's on the board. And I'm happy to trade there almost purely because I fancied it. Okay, so they've got a Kargan War Leader as well. They can't pump that, so I'm not sure what they're doing there. I don't want to take 5. It's not got trample, so I'll lose a couple of 1/1s. Us drawing a card is no bad thing. Us drawing a land isn't the greatest, but yeah, so that's going to get out of hand. So we will unfortunately lose everything, but the Tactician is just going to become unfortunately too difficult to deal with. We will now play one of these. Because we can activate, but I'm not going to attack with it because it puts us in a position where we're unable to block, and then this is where now we become really difficult for them to deal with. Us losing a Minotaur isn't ideal, but them losing their warrior buff don't know if I want them to gain lands now. But I think having a 3-3 on the board is probably just a little bit safer for us. And them having 2 Jabboas is annoying. If we're going to block, we need to kill it. Okay, so them having 2 3/4s. Is annoying. But they have no way of... That should pretty much have done it. Brilliant. Well, it was tight at the end there. We definitely played things in some bad orders. You can tell I'm concentrating when maybe I go a little bit quieter than I should do. But again, Felidar Retreat. Stall the game until you get that out. That is the... I don't know why I've got the Kargan Candy Cane War Leader there. But we're at 5. 5 little wins. What does that mean? It means a couple of wins. And if I get 7 wins with the first deck of the 12 decks of 12 drafts of Christmas, then what do? Just stop? So just end on a high? Quit whilst you're ahead? Maybe it's just the one draft. I don't know. I have to warn you all. It won't be 12 7 wins or even 5. I highly expect. In fact, I'm banking on some 0-3s just to sort of save a bit of time. We're going to get the Fireblade Charger out straight away. There's no reason not to. We've got so many lands. I love how I've played a proper land. I think that's definitely been a real factor here. I've played a proper amount of lands, which has given us a bit more consistency. I am guilty of, you know... Oh, that's bold. That is bold. I guess it's a 2-mana card draw, filter a land. Wow, okay. That was a move. Anyway, yeah. They needed black mana. I do not mind them feeding the swarm that and taking 2. Because that's the feed the swarm target. Why would you feed the swarm a healer? It's just a vigilance 2/2. What a waste, I'd say. So that's absolutely fine. So again, here's another one where we need to be really careful. So I am going to attack. And then end. This is going to be really difficult for them now. Shepherd of Heroes is great and everything, but You wouldn't want to play a Shepherd of Heroes. And only gain 2 life off of it. This game. Dead tough, that. Tough for them now. They need a couple of creatures on the board. Okay, okay, okay. They've got a couple of creatures on the board. Alright, alright. So I'm dealing 2 damage. So if I attack like this, they block the way I think they'll block, then I can I can not win the game. That thwart's pulled them right out of it. Right out of the stink. Cheeky Ravager's Mace. This is going to win us the game. I'm not sure why you'd... And I get it. It's a 5/4 flyer. But what? So we're holding on to the mountain. The thing now is, if we attack, they'll kill the War Leader and the Spark Mage. But we throw the War Leader at them. We only do 5 damage. It's just not enough. We've got to hope that they are drawing blanks. I think we had a really strong aggressive start. I don't think I'd have changed anything I did. We need our Felidar Retreat now. We've had it in perfect time every other game. So why not draw it now? I'm happy for them to attack as long as they don't refill the board. They could move the mace. Okay, a Vanguard's okay. With 2 warriors. 2 mana open. Okay, so they've put a stop. What are they going to do before I draw? Nothing. Well, let's both draw a card. So they've got something in the hand, some sort of... And there it is. We need them to attack. And then not play a creature. I keep playing these creatures. It's not helping the matter, is it? Oh, lots of creatures. Okay, okay. So this was like a cleric-y, warrior-y party kind of combo. I dig it. I dig it. We have nothing else to do but this. We just need our things bigger. Obviously, this shepherd's a problem. Okay, things have got difficult now. And with that trampling... This puts us in a really sticky situation. AKA... Oh, I made some errors, whether it's in the middle of the game or whether we just didn't draw what we needed. We got the Felidar a little bit too late, but we can't keep blaming the draws. It's part of the game. We've drawn well. Okay, well it's 5-2. I think 5-3. I would be happy to kick off the week or the 12 days, 12 drafts, guys. Soak it in. 12 drafts. I'd be happy to start with a 5-3. Obviously, a 7-2 is a different kettle of fish altogether, but I think 5. I'll take the 5-3. Let's just say we're at that situation. They managed to pull themselves out with some stonking cards though. Got to hand it to them. Some great cards in that last game that I'm pleased they had. Well, obviously they lost, so I'm not pleased they had them, but it's a snap keep. We've got the guide on one. We've got enough mana to play the grow tag. We just need one plains to get out our protector. A little bit frustrating because I'd have loved to have played the banneret. Bug catcher's annoying for sure. So I'm playing that now. Playing that now because I wanted a plains, and I'd much rather have had a plains played it into banneret. Okay, so let's slow things down now. Let's have a little read. So we can go Night Runner, banneret. We can go... What we can't do is Adept and banneret. If we Spark Mage, we can kill the Bug Catcher, which probably seems... Ooh, cancel that. And then we don't attack, and we offer this trade here. It means next turn we've got Grow Tag, banneret combo. If we draw a plains, it becomes a bit different. I think us drawing cards is great fun. Okay. So we've got a good hand. If that goes on the bug catcher, it becomes a bit frustrating. But so I think it's worth us getting rid of that bug catcher, but it's at some cost to do so. So I'm playing my lands out, which is a little bit... And so unless they're going to keep throwing Kabira Outriders out... I had to say it, didn't I? Yeah, there's no way that we're not ending that. So 2 mana, they could have a Dauntless Unity, which is the +1/+1 to everything. At the moment, we've got nothing that matters with so we took quite a few. We got rid of some creatures. They got rid of some creatures. Let's see how they feel now. Okay. Well, hasty boy. So we're going to hold on to that for obvious reasons. We give everything +1/+1 to the end of turn and we attack. We have got 3 warriors, so we can stop a Kabira Outrider. Or we can +2/+2 everything. Stop Kabira Outrider. They trade... Everything of theirs would die if they blocked. They'd get rid of 1, 2, 3. And we would hit them for 6. Or we would hit them for... You know what? We're not playing this game. We're not playing this game to have fun. They hit us for 5. Do we lose with their Resolute Strike? Is that what we're saying? Or their own McKinley Stampede? Wow. What? Okay, okay, so... Sometimes you just got to click attack all. Maths for blockers. We can all agree. We can all agree that was the scientific evidence of that. Maths for blockers. I don't know how I feel about 6-2 with this Candy Cane party deck. I would have been happy with 4, guys. I really would have done. At least if we can get a good performance now, I can kind of say, look, we've had the good performance. Now all of these can be fun. Not good. Which would then give me all I need to know that it's not me that would be 0-3ing. It's the hilarity that we're trying to create. And now we're facing the entire Cosmo. Brilliant. Excellent. And we've got a hand that's probably the worst hand we've had. Oh, but he keeps it, doesn't he? Of course he does. We've got so many 2-drops. And they're all on the aggro, aren't they? Well, I see your aggro and I raise you an aggro. There's no way they attack. They're going to attack, aren't they? If I mill my Felidar, I'm going to be so sad. Now, you're going to love this. That was just in case they had another one of these little wind robbers. Getting rid of that is sad. It hurts me, but it's 3 mana that I don't have to worry about. Okay, so far we've managed to do 6 damage. They've only done 2. They've milled us 2 lands, which is absolutely ace. They're deadly alliancing, so they've got all the removal spells. But, you know, as long as it's not my Felidar Retreat, 3 lands is fabulous. You know what? Gonna have to mute them for their silly dog thing. Not my Felidar Retreat. Another land. I'll take a Swift Clifty Sellsword thing. Okay, we now have to start thinking. I've got 2 attempts to draw lands next turn. I can draw land. I can choose to Farsight Adept or Spare Supplies. Oh, there's my Felidar Retreat. That's annoying. 15 cards. And now they've got a 4/4 and a 5/3, which with the Spellcraft isn't a problem. The Minotaurs would have been a good one. Okay. So if we McKinley Stampede, they're only going to be able to kill we hit them for 9. Which means we wait a turn. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good for us. That is really good for us. We McKinley Stampede next turn. Ruined Crab is of no consequence to us. I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're fine. Especially if they attack with the Wind Robber. That's game. I say that's game, obviously. Because there's no way they can get out of that. Not if their entire game plan is about milling. They're going to need to get the Cacophony back. But even when they get the Cacophony back, they still are 1 away. These are warriors, aren't they? So unless they can get the Cacophony back, that's not of no consequence to me. Wow. Shadow Stinger, when it hits me, I mill 3, and then I'd mill 1. And then I would retaliate and hit them for everything. That is so annoying. Why won't that? It's so irritating. I don't want them to draw cards. Me milling one is certainly annoying. Trying to find answers. There it is, everyone! There it is! Oh! First Christmas draft. The 12 drafts of Christmas has been kicked off. Take it in. Take it in. I'm just going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow for the set day 2, the second day of the 12 drafts of Christmas. Do not expect another 7. That's all I'm going to say. Expect a 0-3, and if anything else, is an extra Christmas gift. You've been brilliant. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.